Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Mirikitani with another episode of Weighing In, brought to you by our good friends at Nike Wrestling. Go to athleteps.com for all of your Nike gear. Resolite, the mat company. Mark, I was actually joined by Matt Gilbert from Resolite yesterday here in St. Louis. We're working on some things. As good of a person in the wrestling world as you'll find, and by Pure and Clean. Actually spoke to Jake Buckner yesterday from Pure and Clean. Love what these guys do for the sport of wrestling, and we really appreciate them supporting us, right?
Yep.
So we have a duel to pick. This weekend, the dual meet schedule is a little lighter. I'll pull it up. Penn State, Michigan tomorrow night. Some interesting matches there, but I don't think the duel is in much doubt. I'll be at Charlottesville for Virginia Tech on ESPN ACC network. Little Rock's at Oklahoma State, Oregon State's at Arizona State. The duel we're going to talk about is Iowa at Ohio State. Very, very light schedule Saturday, like 8 or 9 duels. Sunday, Minnesota at Maryland, Iowa at Michigan State, Cornell at Penn, Illinois at Purdue. We'll see Scholes and Blaze if they both wrestle. Northwestern Nebraska, Northern Iowa, South Dakota State, Arizona State at OU, North Dakota State at Wyoming. But if you don't mind, Mark, let's talk about the rankings first. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So we want to get into that. We want to appreciate our friends over at Matt Kings for doing this. My guy, Luca Pagliai, updates the data every week, Mark. He's on it, gets all the results in there, and makes our job a lot easier. So let's start at 25. Not a lot of change this week. Buzakis, Ventresca, and Sheldon Seymour are all ranked 2, 3, and 4, depending on who's doing the ranking. So that's pretty interesting.
Yep.
Vincent Robinson just above Peterson. Spratley locked in at 7. I feel like maybe let's do this. I feel like anybody in the top 12 could place this year down to Steve O'Pullet. Do you think it goes further than that? Not as far as that? What are your thoughts?
I would probably cut it off also at 12, David. I think that's probably, from what I've seen this year, your best shot at being an All-American. But it wouldn't surprise me if somebody came in from the 15 to 20 range and snuck up on the podium. Because a lot of these guys, if you lose in the quarters, their goal was to be in the finals of the national tournament. We both know by the coaching that we've done is that some kids in the wrestlebacks give up because they didn't accomplish their dreams. So it happens
especially
every year.
Kids that have been All-Americans, and being a second-time or third-time All-American doesn't mean that much to them.
Yeah.
Zeke Witt's a dangerous guy. Cooper Flynn's had his moments. Diego Sotelo, Brady Rourke had a big win earlier in the year over Yori Volk. So, all right.
David, where's Rourke? I can't really see it very well because I'm
Volk's at 9.
No, but where's the Oregon State kid at?
Rennery is at 10.
Yeah.
It's Lilladau tied for second, Buzakis, Ventresca, Seymour, then V-Rob, Peterson, Spratley, Strickenberger, Volk, Renneria, Provo, Steve O'Pullet. That's your top 12.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to break through. So, yeah.
Here's a fun weight. Let's talk about 133, Mark.
Yeah, I listened to your podcast today with Mr. Larkin, Valiant Prep coach and father.
How good was he?
He's good. Dad of 2 very, very talented young men wrestling this year for Arizona State. And it was if people haven't heard it yet, they need to listen to it because I love the way he thinks, the way he coaches. Good guy. What a great school with these kids going to these Ivy League schools, and the GPA is everybody's over a 3.0. Even some of their instructors are Olympic wrestlers. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's really cool what they're doing.
I appreciate you saying that. And they have been pigeonholed incorrectly as a wrestling school, but they asked me to come out there and try to do some things. And I did my due diligence, Mark, as you well know. And I mean, they got the kids getting into Penn, getting into Stanford, getting into Brown, getting into Lehigh, getting into the Honors College at Arizona State. That's North Carolina. Really, these are very prestigious public university. So these kids are not just athletes; they're student athletes. The environment there, Mark, you would absolutely love it. Like it's a wall sit kind of room. Like I going in the room. I think I'm going to be out there in October, like I said on the pod, and I'm going to bring my dad. And you just might run into a Helen Maroulis or a Henry Cejudo.
Yep.
I think Larkin is must watch if you're a wrestling parent, like how to not be a lunatic. Would you agree with that?
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Top three. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He even said, at the beginning, I was doing things wrong. My kids are smarter about wrestling than I am. And he's a god. I mean, he's done so much for the sport. And he's already saying, my kids are in college, they're freshmen. They already know more about it than I do. I let them do their thing because the only way to learn is they have to try things. Some things are going to work, some aren't, but it's the best way to have them learn. So I thought
it's a good lesson for life.
Yep.
I mean, Mark, think about the rankings in the podcast. We just tried, right?
Yep.
It's a good lesson for life. I am biased towards Eric Larkin. Kyler wrestled in Border Brawl against Jax Forrest. A really nice kid. Yes, sir, no, sir. Him and Dean Anderson both. And Kyler does some really cool things. I know you're not on Instagram, but you might. He posted this thing about learning that was one of the coolest things I've ever read, especially from a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. All right. So 33 is bonkers, as Eric Larkin said. Lucas Bird, your defending champ. Ben Davino, redshirt freshman. Evan Frost, who's been sick. Marcus Blaze, true freshman. Kyler Larkin, redshirt freshman. Aaron Seidel, true freshman. Tyler Knox, Drake Ayala, your two-time finalist. Jax Forrest, the truest of freshmen. Started in January. Zan Fugit, All-American as a freshman. Jacob Van D, All-American last year. Dom Serrano, the Big 12 champ. That's your top 12. I feel very confident no one's cracking that top 12.
I don't know. Van D's good. He's an All-American before.
No, he's in the top 12.
Oh, he's at 12? Okay.
I'm saying those 12 I would pick to cover. No, he's at 11. I mean, I'm saying nobody outside of that top 12 is going to make place All-American, in my opinion. I don't mean that negatively. It's just, it's so good.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. But let's do the ranking part of it, David, because this is where we used to get into discussions when we were doing the rankings, and we'd spend hours on Sunday nights doing this. When you have two people that have wrestled and one person beat another person, and they're 2 spots away from each other, but it's the guy that lost as the head, I don't agree with that.
Who are we talking about here?
We're talking about Drake Ayala, and I'm a big Drake fan, so it hurts to say this, but he lost to Fugit from Wisconsin this year in the duel. Yet he's ranked ahead of him. Now you
would have Jax at 8, Fugit at 9, and Ayala at 10, or would you have Zan at 8, Ayala 9, Jax 10?
Probably that way. And Jax, to me, could actually be a finalist at the Nationals this year. He looks really good, but he hasn't really beat anybody just yet that's ahead of him. So until he starts beating those guys, that's where I would have put him.
Well, that's exactly the Aaron Seidel problem, right?
Yeah. Do you agree, though, that if they've wrestled, they have them that close, it should be the guy that won should be ahead of the other guy?
I would. There's obviously body of work in there, but it actually supports your point. Like, let's say Zan Fugit was 6-6 and Ayala was 9-1, but it's the other way. Fugit's record is way better. He does have one more wonky loss than Ayala, but nonetheless, I would agree with you. And I'm pro Jax, so I would probably have Jack's at 8. What's interesting is he's new but undefeated. Seidel's undefeated. Blaze is undefeated. Davino's undefeated, and Bird is undefeated.
Yeah, a lot of undefeateds going on.
Frost has lost a match, right? Or am I crazy?
I think he has. I'm not 100% sure, though.
All right, let me go to 41, and then I'll pull up Frost. 41. A lot of movement here in 6 through 10, guys moving up. Mendez 1, Sergio 2, Echemendia 3, or Echemendia, Hardy 4, Stanich 5, Vince Cornella moves up to 6, Joey Oliveri 7, CJ Composto 8, Vance Vombar 9, Luke Simcox 10, Nasir Bailey 11, Braden Davis 12, Ryan Jack is 13, Consiglio is 14, a couple other names down here, Tom Crook at 18. Julian Tagg at 20, Zeth Romney, who was an All-American last year, at 21, Pearson Manville, the freshman, at 22, Dylan Ragusin 25. This weight feels like I'm not sure the top 8 are in the top 8. I think the top 5 for sure place. Mendez, Vega, Echemendia, Hardy, Stanich. Your thoughts on the weight?
Really, really deep. I don't think you can go your top 12 are going to be in the top 8 at this weight. I think you probably need to drop down to 21, 22, 23, 24, 20. I mean, you got guys that were All-Americans ranked that low. So
Zeth Romney was an All-American last year at 33, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Ragusin was an All-American.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I think, at 33, but maybe last year.
Yeah.
By the way, Frost lost to Davino 4-2 in their duel.
Okay.
So, I mean, I just was like, I didn't think he was undefeated, but there's a lot to track here.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. 49. 49 is this year's 125. This will be interesting on how far we go down of a guy that we think can place, okay? And there's some very dispersive rankings here. Like Colin Guy is ranked 468. Carter Young is ranked 1044. Cross Wasilewski is ranked 1255. Zargo is ranked 11-12-6. Aiden Valencia is ranked 6-15-10. This is why I love Matt Kings, because it gets you much more of a consensus. Now, if you feel like ranking service A does a better than a ranking service B, then you can lean, but this way you know. Okay, Van Ness 1, Jackson Joy 2, Caleb Tyus 3. Colin Guy moves up to 4 from 14. Carter Young moves up from being a backup to number 8 to number 5. Coy Biskins is at 6. Cross Wasilewski 7. Ethan Stiles 8. Casey Swiderski 9. Joe Zargo 10. Aiden Valencia 11. Jacob Frost 12. Eli Rivera 13. Ryder Block 14. GT's Guy, Lachlan McNeil 15. David Evans 16. Chance Lamer 17. I think I would go to 7. If 17, somebody below 17 placed, I'd be surprised.
Okay.
But if you said Chance Lamer placed, I wouldn't be shocked.
No, I wouldn't either.
What a crazy weight, man.
It is.
Let me pull up Colin Guy's record, because that's a thing. He is 17-7. Man, that's crazy. Cross Wasilewski. So here's what's helping out Carter Young so much. Cross Wasilewski is 21-1, and his only loss was to Carter Young.
Okay.
Carter Young got teched by Van Ness and then took the injury default loss at Scuffle when he just didn't wrestle day 2. Caleb Tyus is 13-0. And this is kind of where you can start talking a little bit about like where rankings and seedings are going to come in. So he's in the MAC, so he doesn't necessarily wrestle a bonkers schedule, but he beat Casey Swiderski 8-1. He beat Ethan Stiles 10-4 at the Clarion Open. Here's what's crazy. Bo Bassett teched him, bro.
Yeah. Well, Bo Bassett majored.
I know. It's just wild, right?
Joy. So, and we think Joyce looks real positive being in the finals against Van Ness. I mean, from everything you're seeing, you got to kind of think those are the two favorites to make the finals. So
Right. But the win over Casey Swiderski helps him immensely.
Yep.
And the win over Styles helps him immensely.
Yeah.
Talk about this for a minute. I'm going to pull up SIU's schedule.
Well, I just think you got guys that have. Swiderski looked really good early in the year, and then he had about a 2 or 3 week period where he couldn't beat anybody. He just wasn't wrestling well, and he was finding ways to lose. Now he's starting to find ways to win. So, I mean, where's he going to be at the end of the year? You know, I'm not sure. I'm guessing David Taylor's going to have him prepared, and he'll probably be wrestling really well. But I always thought Frost seemed a little small for 49, but now that I've watched him a little bit more, he's a good sized 49 pounder. He's a good sized kid. So I think he's going to be in the conversation of placing.
Yeah. So Caleb Tyus has Central Michigan, Buffalo, the Northern Illinois, the Greyhound Open, and the MAC.
Yeah.
He has a massive chance of going undefeated, Mark.
Yep.
And then if you look at that and you go, what is that parlay to? I mean, Jackson Joy, I think, is undefeated. He beat Swiderski also. Like,
yeah.
I was Matt's side for that match. He beat him at NDI. Joy's undefeated. Van Ness is undefeated. Colin Guy's got all these losses, but he beat Biskins. Biskins only has 2 losses. Carter Young has 1 real loss. This is an absurd weight.
Yeah.
Aiden Valencia is 10-6, Mark. And I think we're sleeping on Joe Zargo. He's 14-2.
Yeah. He's a good kid. And I think he was round of 16 last year.
Yeah. But that doesn't, you're not going, okay, that guy is like going to make a major move. But Open Matt's got him ranked very, very high.
Yeah.
Okay, 57. Okay. Cannon is 1. Meyer Shapiro jumps 4 spots to 2. Antrell jumps 4 spots to 3. Caleb Larkin falls 2 spots to 4. Duke falls 2 spots to 5. Waters is handcuffed to Caleb Larkin. He falls to 6. Then Robideau stays at 7. Zerbin, 8, 9. All the rest of it pretty much stays the same. So, but to be consistent, Robideau 7, Zerbin 8, Cardenas 9, Webster 10, Logan Rosinski 11, Cam Catcherbone 12, Ethan Miller 13, Jordan Williams 14. I'm going to be super biased and say I think Teague Travis has a chance of placing at 18. I don't see anybody below that. And Charlie Millard's tricky because he beat Jordan Williams and he absolutely had Antrell Taylor dead to rights.
Yep.
You know, Ethan, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I agree 100%. He's dangerous.
And he's good at wrestling, you know, so like.
Yep.
But Cardenas has placed before. He's ranked outside of the top 8. Cannon Webster's a stud. Glad to see the concussion thing was not too serious for him. You know, the Big 12, by the way, is going to be freaking awesome, Mark. Caleb Larkin, Ty Waters, Landon Robideau, Vinny Zerbin.
Yeah. Great turn.
That's 4, 6, 7, 8.
Yep.
And then the Big 10 is 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
And 10.
And 11-ish.
12, yeah.
12,
yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, anyway, 165. Messenbrink, Lockett, Caliendo, Blaze, Bianchi, Ryder Downey, LJ Arujao, Brandon Scholes, Will Denny, Max Brignola, Bryce Hebner, Andrew Sparks, Connor Uten, Ryan Burton, Nico Ruiz. I stop at Nico Ruiz. I don't think Patty Gallagher on down place. Should I go further?
I think Patty Gallagher could place. He's shown signs of beating really good kids.
What about Filipowicz, Lillard, or is that your cutoff?
That's
Gallagher?
my Gallagher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're one off on our cutoff. Do you also feel like the top four guys are a little bit better than everybody else?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bunch of guys fighting for those other four spots.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. So I feel like, maybe Matty Bianchi takes fifth, but maybe he loses to Andrew Sparks in the blood round or something.
Yep. I could see that happening.
Right. I just feel like, and Will Denny's a very good freshman, dude. Like, he's very, very good. So, and Will Denny's ranked 6th by Open Matt Hebner's 7th. So, some things there. Okay, 74, Haynes 1, Ruiz 2, Kennedy 3, Minto 4, Karchla 5, Singleton 6, Facundo 7, Carter Schubert 8, Danny Wass 9, Mantanona 10, Cam Steed 11, Jared Sima 12, MJ Gaitan 13. I don't go below 13. Lenny Pinto's been very, very inconsistent. None of these other guys, I feel like, have a chance. What do you think?
Pinto's dangerous, so.
I know, but he's got to win 4 before he loses 2.
I understand that, but he can get. I keep him in that round of 12 conversation, and on a given day, he can put anybody to their back and it's over. So.
Yeah. So Simon Ruiz is an interesting kid. He's 9-0, and he's beaten Facundo, Sima, and Miles Tackett. Miles Tackett. So I'm going to pull up the Cornell wrestling schedule. Because, I think people know this, but the EIWA broke up. They're now in the Ivy.
Yep.
They have Princeton left, UPenn left, Binghamton left, NC State. So that is a massive match, Mark. Singleton and Ruiz, if that happens.
Yep.
Duke and the Ivy League. So I think Willie was saying he just doesn't see how Simon Ruiz can be ranked this high, without these quality wins, right?
Yeah.
And, like if you look at this from a conference point of view, Penn State, Iowa, Nebraska, Ohio State, that's 4 of the top 5, right?
Yeah.
Facundo may get a bump in the seeds when it comes to nationals if he can win the Big 12 because he'll be a conference champ.
But I still think to look at head-to-head, and I think he's lost to some guys that are going to aren't going to win their conference, but he's lost to them head-to-head, and I think that will matter.
So Facundo had that brutal beginning of the year, okay?
Yep.
At NDI. He started out the year 1-3. He's now 12-4. But he lost to Kennedy, Singleton, and Ruiz, and he split with Minto and lost the second Minto match. And so if you say, well, why is he ranked so high? It's actually a very good question. He beat Sima, who's a top 15 guy. He beat Carter Schubert, and he beat Cam Steed, and he beat Gaitan. So he beat a bunch of those guys that are sort of in that blood round kind of thing. But like you could see, like the Big 12 is weird this year because if these were the seeds, Facundo's 1, Schubert's 2, Steed's 3, Sima's 4, MJ Gaitana's 5, Brody Conley 6, Moses Espinosa Owens is 7. Like they're all right in there. Like being the 1 seed would really matter because you don't have to wrestle one of those guys in the quarters.
Yep.
So something to keep an eye on there. 84. Rocco Welsh, as somebody said it should be. 1, Ferrari 2, Sinclair 3, McAnally 4. Can we agree that that is tier 1, Mark?
Yes.
Conway, Allred, Mantanona, Fishback, Zach Ryder, Soldano, Eddie Nietenbach, Isaac Dean, Jake Daly. I don't see a lot after Jake Daly.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested in this Conway, how good he really is, because I have not really seen much of him. But from everything I'm being told, is he's pretty talented.
Well, he's got a very interesting situation. He's wrestled 29 matches, which is a lot, obviously. He lost to Jackson Smith, which doesn't count anymore. Okay. Here's guys that at least you've heard of that he's beaten. He beat Jaden Bullock from Virginia Tech. He beat Jared McGill from Edinburgh. He beat Isaac Dean, Iowa State. He beat Brock Mantanona. And he's not going to wrestle anybody the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pull it up, the Franklin and Marshall schedule.
He could be a top 5 seed, David, without a doubt.
We're going to talk about that because I agree. This is godiplomats.com if you're trying to find this, okay? So just so you know. So they have Morgan State, the Messiah Open, Millersville, the George Mason Tournament, the Zingo Nationals at Rutgers, and then the EIWAs. So this guy's going undefeated.
Yeah.
The rest of the way. So here's something for people to think about, okay? Can we make the assumption that Sinclair wins the Big 12s?
Yes.
Can we make the assumption that if Welsh, Ferrari, or McAnally win the Big 10?
Yeah.
Okay. If Welsh wins it, he's the 1 seed because he's undefeated. Like if he finishes the year undefeated.
Correct.
Okay. I think Sinclair would become the 2. I mean, I think there's a path for Ferrari to stay 2 because of the head-to-head over Sinclair.
Yeah.
And it could just be, it could go exactly this way. What would really upset the apple cart is if McAnally won the Big Tens, because then I think Aiden Sinclair is the 1 seed. Because he beat McAnally.
Yeah.
I mean, like right now, it's very easy to rank, right, Mark? Welsh beat Ferrari. Ferrari beat Sinclair. Sinclair beat McAnally. Allred's got plenty of losses. Conway's,
hasn't really wrestled any of those guys.
Hasn't lost anybody. Well, he beat Mantanona. Like, he can't fall below Mantanona.
Agreed. But he hasn't wrestled any of the. These guys are wrestling each other. He hasn't wrestled that level just yet. So I think, I'm not saying because of his record and depending on what happens in the Big Tens that he doesn't move up to the 4th or 5th seed. And maybe one of those guys is going to be the 6th seed. I don't know. I could see that.
So here's the thing. If Conway's the 4, it doesn't matter, right? If he's the 4, it's the same as the 5.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
For people that don't know the bracket, 1 wrestles 4 in the semis, but 4 wrestles 5 in the quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the difference if you wrestle number 12 or number 13, so that kind of matters. But if you think those guys are better, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough for him to get up to 3 because his strength of schedule, quality wins, and his RPI, which is a function of your winning percentage, your opponent's winning percentage, your opponent's winning percentage, is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
All right, 197. No changes here. So let's see how far down we go. Barr, Elam, Little, Rademacher, Novak, Berge, Merrill, Stout, McDaniel, Evan Bates, Luke Geog, DJ Parker, Angelo Posada, Sonny Sasso. Tell me when to stop.
I'd stop at Sasso to be an All-American.
I would too. I'm telling you right now, I think Angelo Posada's got a very good chance to place.
Okay.
Like, he's a freshman. Like, I think he's a true freshman. Okay, so he wrestled Merrill really close the first duel of the year. Gave up like an escape and a takedown like in the last 20 seconds to lose. He lost to Bennett Berge, he lost to Rademacher, and he lost to Barr. So But if you consider those guys all top 6 guys, he could still place. And he majored Sasso, who we like. So, I mean, he can win the ACC.
Yeah.
Okay, 285. Anything else to add there before we jump?
No.
285. Bastida, Trumbull, Feldman, Ferrari, Gattiali, Doucette, Taylor, Carroll, Keeter is now outside the top 8, Mirasola, Braxton Amos, Coy Hopke, Spencer Lanaska, Luke Luffman, Dayton Pitzer, Brady Colbert, Jimmy Mullen. I stop at Jimmy Mullen. You may stop before then.
I might stop at Pitzer.
Okay. So this is a very interesting weight because right now it'd be Bastida, Carroll in the quarters, which is a terrible draw for Carroll. Trumbull, Nathan Taylor. It's interesting. Taylor's big enough to wrestle with him. Feldman, Doucette. That's a great matchup for Feldman.
Yep.
Ferrari, Gattiali. And I mean, that feels like a coin flip, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, any surprise? Like, do you think Keeter places?
I do, just because I think he'll be wrestling his best that time of the year. And I think he is a couple positions away from only having maybe 1 or 2 losses this year. I mean,
do you think Mirasola places?
He's not beating Bastida.
Do you think Mirasola places?
I'm going to say yes, just because where he wrestles, Penn State, he's just going to get better and better.
And do you think Braxton Amos places?
I kind of do.
I do too. Like if this was the draw and he had Connor Doucette round 2, I feel like that's a pretty good draw for him.
Yeah.
Because he could beat Doucette and he had Feldman beat. He lost with 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
I mean, that puts him in the semis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who just beat Feldman last weekend?
I'm sorry?
Who beat Feldman last weekend?
Gattiali.
Okay.
I think. Let me double check myself, but
I'm pretty sure you're right.
I like it when you say that. Nick Feldman, 16-3. He lost to Gattiali in overtime. He lost to Bastida 4-2. He lost to Trumbull 5-1. Yep. So it feels like there is a tier, you know, but he's beaten Ferrari twice. That's the weird thing, right?
Yeah.
And Gattiali is 16-2. Lost, man, he got majored by Christian Carroll. How bizarre is that? He got majored by Christian Carroll. He got majored by Ferrari and then beat Ferrari in the rematch. Right? Or no, he didn't wrestle for didn't wrestle Ferrari.
Yes, wrestle Ferrari, yeah.
Okay. So this is where it gets complicated, where A beat B, beat C, beat D, beat A, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Big Tens are going to be, at heavyweight, are going to be really fun to watch. That's
great.
It's loaded.
Okay, so the team rankings have shifted a little bit here, Mark. Penn State, 157, Ohio State, 112. Oklahoma State and Iowa State basically tied at 84 and 84.5. Nebraska, 75.8. Iowa, 70.3. Cornell made a jump with Shapiro moving up. Then it's NC State, and then Virginia Tech has moved up a little bit. Lehigh falls back with Crookham being out. So I think we've said all year Penn State's 1, and probably after national duels, Ohio State is 2. Do you think Okie State and Iowa State are a combination of 3 and 4? I feel like they are.
The way they're wrestling right now, yes.
Yeah. What's so interesting is if Iowa has Endine, they're right in that mix.
Yeah.
And I mean, because he's top 4, and that actually bumps Merrill down a spot. And it's 13 and I think 12.5 points. They're like right there, tooth and nail.
Yeah. So who do you think's going to wrestle 97 for Iowa the rest of the year?
Gabe Arnold.
You think he will?
Well, the rest of the year or at Big Tens? Because those are two different conversations.
Well, let's say at the Big Tens. Do you think they'll move Arnold up to 97?
Yeah, I mean, are we assuming Ferrari's going to be healthy at the Big Tens?
That's what I'm guessing, but I have no idea. I'm not sure. I thought he injured his ankle or his foot or something in the match.
He just got a high ankle sprain.
Is that what it was? Okay. So,
I mean, that would make sense, right?
yep.
So, all right. So I'm going to share this screen instead. Tell me when you can see this. Can you see that?
I can see it, but I can't read it. It's awfully small.
Okay.
Can
Well,
you make it a little bit bigger?
I can.
All right.
Hold on. Better?
A little bit.
All right. I'm just going to take it back and read it to you. Okay. So
Okay.
this is the results of the national duels. Ohio State. Where is this? I want the Ohio State duel with Iowa. Okay.
Okay.
Buzakis pinned Peterson. Davino 10-4 over Ayala. Mendez 17-1 over Bailey. Styles 3-2 over Ryder Block. Cannon 14-2 over Victor V. Caliendo 4-1 overtime Gallagher. Kennedy 4-1 overtime Karchla. Ferrari 4-1 overtime Fishback. And Dean 8-3 over Shoemate Feldman by forfeit. And what was interesting about this duel was until Dean, Iowa did not have a takedown in regulation.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we'll write down our picture. We got time. This is going to be
Sure.
fun. So I think we see Buzakis, don't you?
No, I don't think they'll wrestle him.
You joking or serious?
Serious. Why?
You think what?
They don't need him to win the duel. He's already beat him. Why would you put him out there?
Well, I think the first statement, maybe they do need him to win the duel.
Well, boy, math is going to be way different than mine then. I don't think he'll wrestle. I think they'll sit him for this. And
Do you think Dean Peterson wrestles, or are we going to see Cruz?
I think we'll probably see Cruz.
So you think we're going to see Vinny Kilcarry and Cruz?
Well, yeah, probably.
Well, Macron's out.
Okay, then yeah, probably Benny.
Okay, so who you picking?
Benny?
Okay, I do too. This was gonna have this whole conversation ready about, hey, if they don't agree, so people don't understand this. The teams have to agree where to start. If they don't agree where to start, it used to be they put like 10 tongue depressors in and they pulled one out and that was the weight. That's not how they do it now. Now they flip a coin.
And then the winner gets to choose.
Winner gets to choose. So I think Ohio State could start at 33 and Russell Buzakis. But I think you're right. They don't need him. And they're, they would protect the seed.
I think they're going to weigh him in. But
Dude, if he's not wrestling, you don't weigh him in. It's too hard on his body.
he needs to make weight. That's important that he gets
But
down.
they could have him make 127 or 126, by himself. You've done that with guys. We've all done that with guys. If you put him on the scale and he makes 125 and doesn't wrestle, he's going to strangle somebody.
Okay.
Okay. All right, 133. This should be a rematch. Davino Ayala.
Yep.
I see Davino winning, but it closer. Maybe one, maybe two takedowns. I think Drake's wrestling better. I think Drake's felt him. I don't think he gets caught in that Kelly fireman's dump, whatever you want to call it. But I think Davino's just got a lot of offense.
Yes.
I've been super high. You have to admit, I've been higher on Davino earlier and more so than most people.
You have been. and he's proven you right.
I feel like I had a good handle on 133, that Jax, Blaze, Davino were all going to be really good. So now Lucas Bird will prove me wrong and win the whole thing. So, all right.
Awesome.
Do you have Davino as well?
No, I'm going to take Drake.
Okay.
I think he's wrestling better. I think he's not going to go out there worried about losing. I think he's going to go out there to wrestle, and I think that will make the difference this duel for him.
Okay. Are you also going to pick Nasir Bailey over?
No.
Jesse?
David, let's be reasonable. Come on.
Mark, you picked Iowa 5-5 against Penn State.
I don't
Reasonable
think
has left the building.
I don't think Nasir Bailey's even going to wrestle.
Okay, who do you think they wrestle?
Their lineup, they had 2 guys, and it's going to be the second guy.
That doesn't help me at all.
Well, he's already wrestled a couple of times this year.
It's not Voinovich, right?
No, Voinovich was up at 49.
Iowa roster.
Do the projected lineup. Yeah, they had it posted.
Cale Peterson?
Yes.
We can do it on Mad Kings, but the problem is half these things are going to be wrong, right?
Correct. But
which is not Mad King's fault.
Yeah, I think they're going to wrestle Peterson.
Okay. Who you got?
Let me think.
How bad do you got it? How about this way? Yeah. What's the score?
By tech.
Okay. I will agree. All right. 49, Styles, Ryder, Block. This was a really close match last time. Okay.
It was. And I'm going to take Ryder Block. He seems like he wrestles really good and then underperforms, and then wrestles really good and then underperforms. He underperformed last time out, so I'm going to take Ryder Block to overperform and beat Styles at Ohio State.
So here's the summary of the last match. 0 score first period. Styles picks down. Block gets 2 minutes of riding time. Block escapes. He's winning 1-0 with riding time. Styles gets a takedown and then rides him out to win 3-2. And if he'd let him go, would have gotten into overtime.
Yeah.
Well, 1 takedown match.
Yeah.
As much as this pains me, I'm going to agree with you. I think Ryder Block gets it.
Okay.
All right, 57. This was Cannon Voinovich. I mean, this has to be Cannon. Well, actually, Cannon may not wrestle.
He hasn't wrestled in a while, so.
He's been out.
Yeah. And
they've been wrestling like Maddox, Shaw, and those guys. So I think if Jordan Williams wrestles and Cannon doesn't, Iowa wins, right?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I agree with you.
So are you picking Iowa?
If Cannon Webster doesn't wrestle, yes.
Brandon Cannon. Cannon Webster's not wrestling.
Sorry. Well, I wish he was.
It's the number 1 guy in the country, Mark. You got to get him right.
Okay. I think he wins.
Okay, but so we're saying Cannon if he wrestles,
yes.
Williams if Cannon doesn't wrestle.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's a fair way to pick that because it's a massive change. Okay. 65 is the rematch, although they've been wrestling Ethan Burden. Caliendo beat Gallagher in overtime. I feel like Caliendo wins this match comfortably this time.
Yeah, I think he wins by a major.
Okay.
I don't think he was 100% healthy. Somebody said he had the flu at nationals duels. So he has looked a lot better. So I'm going to go by a major.
Okay. Karchula Kennedy.
Oh, I love Kennedy, but I'm going to take
just overtime last time, by the way.
I'm going to Karchula at home.
Okay. I keep wanting to pick different from you, but I cannot.
Okay.
But I'm telling you right now, he could win that match. And if Brandon Cannon doesn't wrestle, we have Iowa winning 4 matches so far.
Yeah.
Okay. So like the whole they don't need Bouzakis, I don't think is true. Fishback will wrestle Gabe Arnold. That match will go to overtime, and Fishback will win 4-1.
Okay.
Will you, any disagreement on that?
No.
Fishback will get a leg in the air. Gabe will try to dive under. Fishback will counter it and get the score.
Okay.
I'm going super specific, call my shot.
All right.
Hey, by the way, Benjamin Ostrander texted me today and pointed out what a good day the Hawkeye Wrestling Club has had, which we will talk about next week when GT is back with us. But Spencer Lee, Austin DeSanto, and Stephen Buchanan teched Yazdani. Up at 213, but still. I mean, hey, that's
impressive.
It's a massive dub.
Yeah.
Okay, Luke Giag over Brady Simpson or Sampson or whoever, Ludington.
Yes.
I'm going to go major.
Over Simpson, yes. Over Ludington, no. I think it's just a decision.
Well, I mean, okay. So we're saying the same thing.
Okay.
All right, 285. Okay, so somebody pointed out to me that Keeter, I think, is undefeated against Feldman. Is that right?
I think so. In college, he is.
Let's see if we can pull that up. Okay, but I mean, how do you see that match going?
I'm actually going to pick Feldman to actually win this time just because the way he has been wrestling. Keeter's always ridden him out. It's always been because Keeter has riding time has won the match. And then I think he took him down once. And I can't remember where that was at. But at Nationals, it was he beat him by riding him out. That's how he won. So I know he won 2 matches. I think he beat him 3 times last year, David. 2 of them were by riding the guy out. The other time, he did get a takedown, counter takedown off a Feldman shot to win. So I'm going to take Feldman right now. I just think Feldman's wrestling a little bit better.
I don't think Feldman's wrestling well. I mean, he almost lost to Braxton Amos.
He's beat Ferrari twice this year.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
That's okay.
Peter didn't beat Ferrari.
So you're also picking Feldman.
I am, by a decision.
Okay. So this is really boring. We have the same thing.
Oh, you're picking Feldman too?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll take Keeter. I'll take Keeter.
So let's look at it this way. Let's compare.
I will win in the duel, don't I?
Well, we're going to get into that. So all right. You have, I want to make sure I got this right. You have Drake winning.
Yes.
You have Block winning.
Yes.
You have Caliendo winning.
Yes.
And you have Keeter hesitantly winning.
Yes. I don't have them winning the duel then. 6-4.
Yeah, 6-4. But Kennedy's close, right?
Yes.
Gabe Arnold could beat Fishback.
Good.
If Jordan Williams wrestles and Brandon Cannon doesn't, I was favored in that match.
Yep.
And if Dean Peterson wrestles and Vinny Kilcarry wrestles, Dean Peterson's favored.
Correct.
This is going to be a pain in the tuchus duel to pick in the Matt Kings contest.
Yeah, because you have no idea who's going to wrestle.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, you have it 6-4. I guess I have it 7-3. Well,
okay.
No, I have it 8-2.
Okay.
Because I have Davino winning and Feldman winning, and 8-2 feels wrong.
Well, you picked it.
Yeah, it's probably why it's wrong.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is a very interesting duel, okay? And, like, if you look at Iowa's season in sort of perspective, right? Like, they beat Oklahoma State. They make the finals of the national duels. And then Ohio State runs off and hides. That duel was over. It was kind of like the Oklahoma State-Iowa State duel.
Yep.
It was over. And I mean, it was over right away because going into that, you go, oh, Peterson can beat Bouzakis. and Ayala's the favorite over Davino. And next thing you know, it's 9-0 against you.
Yep.
So they lose that duel. They hardly wrestle any of their starters at their own tournament, the Soldier Salute, right?
Yeah.
They get boat raced by Penn State.
Which, let's be honest, Penn State can do that to everybody. If they're on, they
I'm really
can
sure
do
that's a great answer if you're an Iowa fan.
Well, it's true, but it's still Penn State's just that good. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you put out against them. They could do that to any team in the country.
But it wasn't just that. They lost that.
They have 7 guys on their team that should be in the finals. If you look at just on paper, they got 7 guys that could be in the finals of the national tournament.
We'll get there in a second. But okay. But they lost 9 matches and they just didn't look. I mean, like the one match they won, they looked terrible.
Yeah. Well, it was a nice takedown in the first period. It really was.
And then nothing.
Then nothing.
Literally nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they lost Iowa State, like we said. I don't know, maybe we didn't.
We didn't.
They lost Cyhawk, so we didn't mention that. And then they lost to Minnesota.
But in between, they beat Nebraska pretty handily.
I understand. I'm talking about if you're looking at it negatively, okay?
Yeah.
They lost the Cyhawk duel. They hardly ever lose that. They lost to Minnesota. They've never lost to Minnesota with Brandon Nagum as the head coach. The loss to Penn State is the biggest margin of victory loss under Tom Brands' career.
Yep.
And they're an underdog in this duel.
Yes.
And they got to duel Oklahoma State again.
Yeah.
And I mean, very quickly, if you go through that duel, if you're optimistic, here's an optimistic look for Iowa. It's actually, if you're optimistic, it's not terrible. Dean Peterson beat Spratley. He can do it again. Ayala over Frost. If you take the veteran over the rookie, okay. Sounds crazy. Nasir Bailey was 0-0 with Vega.
Yeah.
Okay. Rider block. Maybe he can ride. Maybe he can make it hard on Swiderski. Okay.
He beat him on the wrestle.
Right. Okay. Then 57. I think Rabideau's favored.
Yeah.
65. Caliendo can win that one.
Yep.
We lost your camera, but keep talking.
Sorry. Yep.
74. Kennedy's favored over Facundo.
Yes.
84. If they have Ferrari, he's favored over Ryder, whoever else.
Yes.
And they can win heavyweight. But that's weird. They could win that duel.
Yeah.
And everybody's so high on Oklahoma State, and they're so low on Iowa.
Yeah.
But Spradley could win, Jax could win, Vega could win, Swiderski could win, Rabideau could win, Lockett could win. I know Facundo could win. If Ferrari's hurt, I mean, it could go 9-1 the other way.
Yeah.
That's one of the craziest duels ever.
Yeah. And it's at Oklahoma State.
It is.
So I think I watched Spencer Lee get pinned there. So it's not an easy place to wrestle.
My guy, Nicky Pitch, got it done.
Yeah.
So this would be a good one to get on the Matt Kings contest and make your picks. It'll be fun because you're going to have to guess a lot of things right.
Yeah.
More so than normal.
Yep.
I will be on the ACC network on ESPN Plus tomorrow night, Mark.
Good. Should be a good duel.
Virginia Tech, Virginia.
And but
sorry?
I'm not sure what Virginia has heads up against Virginia Tech, but it's always competitive.
It may not be super competitive, but
okay.
Yeah. And Bo Bassett is scheduled to wrestle Brant Hare tomorrow in their state duel series. I guess these kids have always been in opposite weights, but Hare is a massive recruit. He's like 202. Like, let me say it differently. He's 199-2. Just so it's not confusing. And obviously Bo's Bo. And Hare is really long, really good on top, won Super 32s at a different weight this year. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to catch that match. I land, go to the hotel, put on some big boy clothes, and try to watch that on the ride over. So that should be a fun time. And then go to dinner and watch the back half of Iowa, Ohio State.
Okay.
What do you think of the new Resolite hat?
Looks nice.
Kind of nice, right?
Yep.
Big shout out to Matt Gilbert.
Surprised he hasn't sent me one in the mail yet.
It's on the way.
Okay.
It's on the way. He was here in person. That's why I got mine first.
Cool.
Yeah. Don't be jelly.
All right.
Hey, I appreciate the shout out on Larkin. I thought he was great.
It was good. It was really good.
He's a very introspective, intelligent guy with a lot of humility for what he's done in his life. So, all right. For Mark, I'm David. We will see you guys all next week. Have a great weekend.